Okay, welcome back as we continue our episode on mindset shift from survivor to success. Okay, so we're starting on question 4 in this episode. Our question 4: how do you handle negative thoughts or self-doubt? How do you handle negative thoughts or self-doubt? Who wants to go?
We can handle negative thoughts by being positive. That's just it. Like,
do you think you have negative thoughts or self-doubt sometimes?
Of course, we do have negative thoughts sometimes. Maybe when you do something and you didn't have the positive result you expected, but you just still have to just keep your head up.
Just personalize it. Yeah.
You just still have to just keep your head up and be positive about it, and
So how do you overcome it? Tell us an experience where you overcome negative thoughts or self-doubt.
I can't really recall like an experience, but we just always have to have a positive thought. That's just it.
Let's see whether we can get another perspective to that.
So can you come with the question again? Okay.
How do you handle a negative thought or self-doubt? I mean, and you can share an experience at one time that you had negative thought or self-doubt. How did you handle it?
Actually, negative thoughts will always come because you don't really know what will happen the next day. It is what happened at the moment that we hear that you know. But the next day, I don't know what God holds for me for the next day. But for me, once I try to overcome, if you want to overcome negative thought, you overcome fear first. You overcome fear first. Like there was a time I went out with some of my colleagues in school. So we were told that we are going for an evangelism. And this evangelism is a riverine area. I was like, ha. So the leader now told us that we are going to use a canoe to cross over to the other side of the village. I was like, a canoe, a river, that fear was there. But I just determined in my mind that no problem. God will just take control of everything. Since we are in a group, I'm not alone. We can always be an assistant. So eventually, we went through. But that fear was it because as I was looking at the river, I was looking at fishes just jumping up. I was like, I just pray that this canoe will not capsize. Mm-hmm. But to God be the glory. So when I said, let me try. The mind that told me that, okay, try. Just touch the water. The fear was still there, but I said, nothing will happen. I did. And that was how I just overcame that fear to cross over.
What I got from there is that you overcame the negative thoughts by what? Doing. That's what I got from that. I don't know. Maybe, am I correct? Mm-hmm. By doing. Yes. So the action that you took by getting into the canoe is part of overcoming the negative thought, because negative thought was there before you went to the canoe. And the action that you took by touching the water, helped you to overcome that fear as well, right? Okay, good. Any you want to add to that?
Yeah. The become aware of how your thoughts and impacting your emotion and behavior. Observe your thoughts. Ask yourself if the thought is helpful. What purpose is this thought serving you? How does the thought make you feel? Fine. I can say this, like when you have a negative thought, like somebody like me, anytime I'm traveling from a distance, I used to do something that I used to tell my girlfriend that whenever I'm traveling, I used to write his phone number in my palm. Anywhere I'm going to, I'll write it because I always have that thought that anything can happen. So I will have how will I put it, a short view that this is what I have somewhere, this is what I have. at times I will cast it away that no, this is not my portion. But just have to be, the negative thought will come, but you have to like I will with the like no, this must not be my portion. This will not be my portion. Then I will wave it off. That is what I can really say there.
Okay, what I got from what you said, if I can summarize it, is A. You said you had your phone number of your girlfriend there. That I think what you meant by that, having that phone number on your palm, is that if anything happens to you, people will see that number to call your girlfriend, right?
Yes.
So what my conclusion from that is, if I die, I die. So I'm gonna go for this. If I die, I die. That's what I got from there. Am I right?
Yes.
Okay, good answer. The average person surviving says, I don't really have a way. I just try to ignore them and keep going. And what does the average successful person says? I acknowledge them, but I focus on my strengths and remind myself of past success. Okay, let's go to the next question. What role does mindset play in your personal and professional growth? What role do you think mindset play in your personal and professional growth?
Mindset plays a lot of role.
Yeah, just tell us one or two.
In our personal growth in life, because they say tomorrow is not guaranteed, but you just always have to have the mindset of that, okay, it will come and we'll conquer tomorrow, we'll achieve whatever we want to achieve. You just have to have that positive mindset. So that's just it. So,
But you've not answered the question. Let's see whether he can answer the question. What role does mindset play? That's the question. What role do you think mindset
Growth.
play in your personal and professional growth? So think about any growth you have achieved, whether it is personal growth or professional growth. Just like you gave the example of school, that you went to school, you were able to overcome. What role did you think mindset play in it? Do you think mindset play any role at all? Maybe it doesn't even play any role in you achieving that success, or maybe it plays some role. So what role do you think it played? That was the question.
Okay. To me, I can say to empower people, to people to believe they can develop their abilities, and brain and talent are just the starting point.
We are just reading from books. We are asking you personal question. Like you think about yourself in the past when you achieve a personal growth or you achieve a professional growth. What role did you think mindset played in that success? Like in that success, do you think mindset played a role? If you think mindset played a role, what role did you think it played? Okay. If you think mindset did not play a role, then maybe you just say that I don't think mindset play a role in that success.
Thank you, sir. And this morning when I was discussing with my brother, we were sharing about school experience, that when I was in school back then, I have some guys staying with me that they could not even afford to pay rent. I was the one about them in the house. I was the one that used to put food in the house. In fact, there was a time that I have a challenge of paying school fees at the time, then paying the house rent. So I was saying to my brother that my boss called me to come over to Lagos. I came to work. I could arrange. My landlord's son was calling me that he will throw my load outside if I can't pay that. A lot of people are looking for a house. So I came to Lagos, I work, I paid the money, I paid the school fees. Now after the school, and there's no job here in Nigeria, so we find it difficult to put food on our table like the way it always be as before. So these boys that I have that were staying with me, that I said they could not even drop a dime when we were in school, I was always doing everything. Now they were the one like they are helping me. You say, "Ah, yeah, well, let's give you this. This is what we have. We want to go for a wedding, and the clothes for the wedding was so high for me to pay. I told them that I cannot avoid it. They said, no, you cannot be left out. That okay, since this is the money, we are going to donate so amount to you to contribute. It got to the shoe side too. They said, we are going to buy this so. I told them that, see, me, I'm an average person. I can't avoid this such thing. And they assist me. So I believe, how do I want to put it?
So
one good turn deserve another. Like the mindset is, if she said that these boys are not really good, they are not helping me, I chase them away, the opportunity and the luck I'm seeing from them now, I may not be saying it. I believe it's good for someone to have a good mindset. In every situation you have, just have a mindset, just have a positive mindset that things will be better. You don't know where you find yourself tomorrow. You don't know who can be of help. You don't know who can come to your rescue at any time.
Yeah, I think I like that. So what I can summarize from what you just said is this. I would like to be using some universal laws to support. So what I can gather from it is like Matthew 7:7, okay, or Matthew 7 to 9, verse 7 to 9, or verse 7 to 8. Let me say that when you be good to people in order for you to receive good. Like somebody put it when I was in high school. He said why it is good to be good, and it means that what you sow. If I put in another universal law, is what you sow, you reap. So like because you sow into those people's life, you're reaping back from them. Okay, let's see. What does the average surviving person says? It's hard to think about growth when you are just trying to survive. And what does average success person says? A growth mindset is essential. That's allowed me to learn from failure. I did not consider mindset to be part of. I did not even think about it. Not that I did not consider it. I did not think about it. That mindset is part of my personal and professional growth. Until I came into this ministry or assignment, and I started studying the relationship between mindset and the success I've achieved. And I was able to see a solid link between the mindset I had and what I achieved. And those areas too where I failed completely, where I just had serious losses that I could not even recover from those losses, I tried to look back and say, hey, what mindset did I have that made me to have a loss? Not just having a loss, because having failure is just temporal, but not being able to even recover at all from it. What mindset did I have that time versus the mindset I had when I was able to achieve success? And I found out that there's a big link between the mindset I had and the success of failure that happened to me. Okay, so let's go to next question. Question 6 now. Have you ever tried mindfulness or meditation to shift your mindset? Have you ever tried mindfulness or meditation? Maybe, do you understand what I mean by mindfulness?
Huh?
Do you understand what I mean by meditation? Okay, let me explain it a little in a way you can understand. Just like when I was explaining to you that time, that I did not link mindset to success or failure until I really started this work, and I started studying, doing research. Then I now look back, I was able to link the success or failure in my life to the mindset I had. That thing thing I demonstrated there is called mindfulness. That is, now I become now aware. I become conscious of the fact that the mindset I have is going to affect what I achieve, whether I achieve success or achieve failure. That's called mindfulness. Mindfulness is being conscious of what the state of your mind is at any particular time. Being conscious of it. That's being mindful of it. That's why it's called mindfulness. Being mindful of the state of your mind. That is, before, if you have a project in front of you that you want to achieve, whatever thing that you want to achieve, are you mindful of the state of mind you have at that point in time? So if I say, I want to, let me give you something I want to do. Okay, I want to create a big channel, right? Another thing I want to do, I want to start a new business. Okay, and there are challenges to that business, and people tell me the challenges that, hey, man, people fail in this business a lot. It's very, very high. And I'm still thinking, not just as I like it, I felt like I could help people. In doing this business, I'll be able to help more people, especially members of my family, because I have a daughter that I think will not only benefit from me, but I'm able to extend it to other people. Am I mindful of the state of mind I have towards that thing I want to achieve every day? Am I mindful of my state of mind? Can I categorize my mind to be positive towards it or negative towards it? That's mindfulness. Now, meditation is a practice that you do to overcome the state of your mind. So if I find out that I'm having too much negative thoughts towards this thing, how can I change from negative to positive? I now try meditation. One act of meditation is like you have fear. You can breathe in deeply and out. And by the time you do it 3 times, you just discover that the fear is disappearing. That's an act of meditation. So the action you took to overcome that state of mind is meditation. Okay? So now that you understand what is mindfulness and meditation, let's go back to the question. Have you tried mindfulness or meditation to shift your mindset at any point in time in your life? Just think about something that you have done. Have you tried an act of mindfulness or meditation? Anyone? If you have not, just say you have not.
Not though.
Okay. Who else? Anyone? Okay. That's good. Let's see what an average person says. Have heard of it, but I don't have time for that. Okay? And what the average successful person says. Yes, I do it daily. Daily meditation helps me stay focused, calm, and clear-minded. But we have a separate video on mindfulness and meditation. Actually, our last week video is on mindset shift by the act of mindfulness and meditation. So we'll put a link to that video for you to, if you want to know more about how mindfulness and meditation can help you to shift your mindset from negative to positive. All right, let's go to the next question. Maybe we'll take one more before we end this episode. So, how do you think your upbringing or environment has shaped your current mindset? How do you think your upbringing or environment has shaped your current mindset? Who can go? All of us have upbringing, right? All of us grew grew up in one environment or the other, how do you think that particular environment and your upbringing has affected your current mindset? Who can go? Who wants to go? I hope you understood the question. If you don't understand, I can explain the question more. You can take the mic now. How do you think upbringing or meditation affect your current mindset?
Well, to my own knowledge of understanding, everybody has his own background. I know where I came out from, and I know where I am right now. Like as I was saying, I always make a reference during my school time. When I was, after my secondary school, when we were growing up, I had some friends. I went to Polytechnic at to XU in Ekiti to meet my friend. I see the way they were doing. And after they went to school, when they come back to the streets, like the differences is a little bit, the way they do is different from the way we do. Like we that did not have higher institution, what do I call it? Higher institution background, they shift from us. The way we used to roll when we were together from kids as we were growing up, they change. So at times it makes me feel bad, like, so because I did not go to school, I'm not in an institution, so these people cannot roll with me. There are some places they want to go to, they don't want to bring you there because they don't want you to disappoint them because of where we're coming from. Like we grew up in the ghetto, we grew up in some areas that is not all these Lekki, Ikoyi people. We grew up in Ogbagege houses. So after school, some will come back from school. Once they are with their friends, they will like to be discriminating themselves from us, like they don't want to associate with us. So it gives me a sad moment at times. I would think that, why is this guy doing like this? But when I also go to school and I see how it works, I think that's really helped, because now from where I was staying before to where I am now is a little bit deep. It's not a little bit, they are different, and I like where I'm finding myself, because I'm not thinking the way others are thinking. That same thing that happens to me way back, that my friends will come, they will be like selecting friend. Now it happens to me. At times if I'm driving or if I'm going, if I see some riffraffs in the streets that they refuse to go to school, they've turned to tout. I used to hide myself from them, so that I don't want to associate, so that people coming with me or people seeing me, they won't be saying like, I'm trying to bring myself out from there. That's what I can say.
Okay. What I can conclude from what you said is that you think your environment sometimes affected why you have the status you have, and you think the other people that maybe a little bit well-to-do, they grew up in a better environment than you. You felt you should. Sometimes you think maybe why did God not allow you to grow up in their other people's environment, right? Yeah, I mean, it's. I used to think that as well. Do you have any comment to that?
Actually, what I would say is that growing up, I as a person, I don't really like to be in the environment of people who always have a kind of, I don't know how to put it, a kind of negative or a kind of curse, as in cursing, saying negative things about somebody or someone, and even about myself. So most times I'm not always comfortable anywhere there is a quarrel, and when the quarrel now went on to now cursing, abusing, and this, because I can remember when I was in school, I stayed with one of my father in the Lord. So most times like that, when he give us an enlightenment of life and what you believe according to the Bible. You said whatever you want to say, if you know that this thing that you want to say may hurt you or somebody that is close to you, it's better you just keep it to yourself and try and consult God, our Father. Just give me that instinct of how to put this thing across, so that I will not be like a curse to somebody around me.
Okay.
So most times when I see mothers or fathers abusing and raining curses on their children, I always feel somehow. I feel like standing up to that elder person that be cautious of what you are saying. You don't know what is going on within the environment.
Okay. What I can gather from what you said is that because your environment that you grew up, you were not used to cursing and abuses, and whenever you see such outside, it makes you feel uncomfortable, right? All right. So let's see what the average person says. I grew up struggling. I'm used to thinking life is always hard. What about an average successful person? Growing up with nothing taught me to be resourceful and resilient. I learned to turn challenges into opportunities. I could just share my thoughts from personal experience. Growing up, I remember in my elementary school, I had an headmaster that always say, morning shows the day. These are some of the proverbs. And he stood by those words in practice, in dealing with us, in dealing with his staff, the teachers, the matrons, and even the students. He always said that if a child is going to be great, you will know it from small. If a child is going to be bad, you will know it from small. So he has now decided that he's going to train us to be good, to be great, and therefore he wants to see it, that he can see that greatness in us even right now. So, and that guided the kind of principles the rules and regulation of the school. Rules and regulation like, hey, the time to eat. If you don't eat that time, you miss your food. Time to sleep, you must sleep. Time for siesta, you must have siesta. Time to submit your homework. You must submit your homework, otherwise you get punished. So, those are the kind of things. And how did that affect my current mindset? The way it affected my current mindset is that it says, I always remember another thing he said, that you can become whatever you choose to be. And that went through my secondary school, my high school as well. That you can become whatever you used to. In fact, I think that was my favorite song in high school then. Because I've actually read the words of those songs many times. I kind of memorize it. That you can become whatever you choose to be. No kings, no law. He said, at the end of the day, at the end of the song, he said, we are captain of our soul. We are captain of our soul. And I meditated on that song so much that what does it mean to be captain of my soul? In fact, I will tell you this, that I did not get even though I understood it a little bit, but I understood it better when I started this show and I started making this study, that you are actually the captain of your soul. What does it mean to be captain of your soul? You can actually determine where your soul is going. You can virtually determine. You can take control. You can control it. A lot of times we thought we cannot control it, because of our growing up, our environment, or whatever. But my school and my parents taught me that we can control our soul. And because we can control our soul, we can determine our future. Okay, let's go to the next. This will be the last question. Okay. We're going to end there on this episode. I hope you enjoyed it. Like I said, at the end of this series, we're going to reach a conclusion. And that's when I'm going to elaborate on some of the questions that have been asked and the answers that I've gotten. And we're going to share ideas on how mindset shift can help us to go from surviving to success. Thank you.